Lawyers for One Nation Senator Malcolm Roberts have suggested it would be un-Australian to kick him out of Parliament. The High Court has entered its third and final day of hearings into the Citizenship 7, deciding whether a group of federal politicians have breached the Constitution by being dual citizens. Political reporter Matthew Doran is at the High Court in Canberra.
So Senator Roberts' lawyer, Robert Newlands, says that it would be un-Australian to kick Malcolm Roberts out of Parliament because that makes an unfair distinction between Australian citizens who were born in Australia and those who have migrated here in the past, particularly when you look at the way in which the British Empire was operating through much of the 1900s with the free flow of migrants between the UK, New Zealand and other countries like that. In that regard, he puts Malcolm Roberts in the same category as Fiona Nash and Barnaby Joyce, saying that this should not be an issue of the fact that Malcolm Roberts was born overseas. If he was born here in Canberra, his father is still Welsh, and that is still triggering this British citizenship by descent. He says that Malcolm Roberts went through the process to check that he wasn't a citizen of his birth country, which is India. He says if we're making a distinction between natural-born Australians and foreign-born Australians, then Malcolm Roberts is a natural-born Indian, whatever that means. His exact words to the court, which seemed to provoke a few sniggers in the public gallery. So he's trying to draw this distinction. Whether or not the bench of 7 justices are buying this argument remains to be seen. They are certainly picking him up on a number of matters and trying to draw him to the exact facts of this case, that at the time of Senator Roberts' nomination for the Senate last year, he was a British citizen, and not getting bogged down in these arguments that they don't believe are particularly relevant to the current case. So Robert Newlands still outlining Malcolm Roberts' case before the High Court, the last of the Citizenship 7's lawyers to do so, and once he wraps up, we will hear arguments from the Commonwealth in reply.
And any suggestion how much longer this whole process will take?
Well, today is the last day that's been set aside for these hearings. Once the Commonwealth does have its chance to make submissions in reply, we are hoping that the High Court might give some indication as to how quickly it can reach a judgment. This is a much more complex set of cases than the most recent high-profile High Court challenge, which was to the same-sex marriage postal survey, where a judgment was delivered the very next day. This is much more complex, but they have had a longer lead time coming into these cases, more time to pore over the written submissions, so we could be looking at a fairly quick outcome, particularly given that Parliament returns next week for another sitting fortnight. There is added pressure to get this matter resolved quickly, seeing as it deals with the current makeup of the 45th Parliament.
Matt, thank you.